I thought I was ready. Ready for everything that was supposed to come. The mate bond. The connection. The overwhelming sense of belonging that every werewolf dreams about from the moment they're old enough to understand what it means. But then he rejected me. Please tell me your name, the city you're watching from, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. It matters to the growth of this community. And not just any rejection. Not some gentle letdown or a maybe later kind of thing.
No.
This was cold. Final. Like a door slamming shut on everything I'd ever hoped for. Picture this. It's a full moon. The forest clearing is bathed in silver light, so bright it almost hurts to look at. The air is crisp, biting cold against my skin, and I can feel my wolf stirring inside me for the first time. Really feel her. She's awake, aware, and she knows exactly what's about to happen. Or, at least, what's supposed to happen. I'm standing there, trembling. Not from the cold, but from anticipation. From hope. From this ridiculous, naive belief that everything I've been told my entire life is about to come true. And then he speaks. You're not the one.
Just like that.
For words. For simple words that shatter everything. It's not your time. I remember staring at him, my alpha, the one I've known since childhood. The one I've watched from afar, admiring his strength, his leadership, the way he carries himself with such certainty. And I'm thinking, this has to be a mistake. This has to be some kind of test. Because how can he say that? How can he stand there, under this moon, with my wolf calling to his, and tell me I'm not the one? What does that mean? I hear myself saying, and my voice sounds small. Broken. I've been waiting for this. Waiting for you. But he just looks at me with those cold, distant eyes that used to hold warmth when he looked at me, and he turns away. He just walks away, leaving me standing there, in that clearing alone. Rejected. My wolf howling inside me, confused and hurt and angry, and I can't even process what just happened. You ever feel like your world shatters in an instant? Like one person's decision can change absolutely everything? Yeah, that was me. Left in the woods, on my own. Rejected by the one person I thought I was meant for. The one person the universe was supposed to connect me to. And the worst part?
I don't even know why.
Later that night, I'm in my room, and I can't sleep. Of course, I can't sleep. How could I? I keep replaying it over and over in my mind. Every word, every look, trying to find some clue, some reason, some explanation for why this happened. I thought I was ready. I whisper to myself in the darkness. Maybe I wasn't. Maybe I never was. I'm looking at this old photograph on my nightstand. It's from when we were kids, me and the alpha. We're both smiling, carefree, with no idea what the future holds. No idea that one day he'd be the one to break my heart. But why? I ask the empty room. Why did he reject me? I don't get it. And here's where things get really weird. Because suddenly there's this pulse. This wave of energy that goes through my entire body. It's like nothing I've ever felt before. My wolf stirs, but this is different. This isn't coming from inside me. This is coming from outside. What is that? I breathe, sitting up in bed. The pull is immediate. Overwhelming. Like invisible strings wrapped around my chest, tugging me forward. And I know, I need to follow it. Before I can even think about what I'm doing, I'm out of bed. Out of my room. Moving through the house like I'm being controlled by something beyond myself. It's like the pull of fate is dragging me, pulling me back to the forest. But where to?
Why?
What's happening to me? My feet carry me faster and faster. The wind is howling around me, whipping my hair across my face. Branches scratch at my arms as I run, but I barely feel them. All I feel is this need. This desperate, consuming need to get to wherever I'm being pulled. And then I hear it. A voice. Low and gravelly, coming from somewhere in the darkness ahead. You're coming with me, whether you want to or not. My heart stops. Have you ever felt like you're not in control of your own destiny? Like there are forces at work that you can't see, can't understand, but they're moving you like pieces on a chessboard? That's what this feels like. And I'm terrified. The clearing opens up before me, and there he is.
The alpha.
Standing in the moonlight like he's been waiting for me. But how did he know I'd come? How did he know about the pull? Why are you here? He asks, and his voice is cold, detached, like he doesn't care. But his eyes, there's something in his eyes that tells a different story. He's struggling, fighting something inside himself. You rejected me, I say, and I hate how my voice shakes. How vulnerable I sound. You broke me, Alpha. I don't understand. Why did you do that? He's silent for a long moment, just staring at me with those intense, conflicted eyes. It's not the right time, he finally says. For you, for us. We're not meant to be. And he turns to leave. Actually turns to walk away from me again. But something happens. That energy, that pull, it snaps back into place. Like an elastic band stretched too far, suddenly contracting. I feel it in my chest, and from the way he stumbles, I know he feels it too. Then why? I'm shouting now, and I don't care if the whole pack hears me. Why does it feel like my soul is tied to you? Why can't I leave? He whirls around, and for the first time, I see real emotion on his face.
Fear.
Anger. And something else, something that looks almost like pain. Because fate has other plans for us, he says, his voice low and intense. And you're not going to like what's coming next. The way he looks at me in that moment, it's like he knows something. Something terrible. Something he's not telling me. And that's when I realize, this isn't just about rejection. This is about something much bigger.
But what?
What could be so important that he'd push away his own mate? Somehow, and don't ask me how because it's all a blur of confusion and that overwhelming pull, we end up in this cave. It's dark, enclosed, and we're forced into close quarters. The tension is suffocating. I can feel every breath he takes, every shift of his body, the heat radiating off him. And my wolf is going absolutely crazy inside me, desperate to close the distance between us. But I resist, because I need answers. You think you know what you want, right? You think you're strong enough to handle whatever life throws at you. But then fate steps in, and all your choices get ripped away from you. Why does this have to be so complicated? I'm sitting there, back against the cold cave wall, and I can feel tears threatening to spill over. I'm so confused, so hurt, so angry, because I care about you. His voice cuts through the silence, and it's different now.
Softer.
More vulnerable than I've ever heard him. More than I should, he continues. And that's what scares me the most. He takes a step closer and my breath catches. Our eyes lock, and in that moment, I can see everything he's been hiding. The longing, the fear, the desperate need to protect me from something. Why do you keep pushing me away then? I whisper. He's so close now. Close enough that I can see the gold flecks in his eyes. Close enough to touch. Because if we're together, I might lose you, he says, and his voice cracks. Actually cracks. And if that happens, it will break me. My heart clenches. Because I hear the truth in his words. The raw, unfiltered truth. I reach for him, my hand trembling as it moves toward his face. And that's when we hear it. A growl. Low and menacing, echoing from somewhere outside the cave. We both freeze. What was that? I breathe. But from the look on his face, I already know. Danger. Real, immediate danger. And somehow, I get the feeling that this is exactly what he's been trying to protect me from. The next thing I know, we're on a cliffside overlooking the pack's territory. The wind is whipping around us, carrying scents of pine and earth and something else, something wrong. I'm trying to piece it all together. The rejection. The pull. The mysterious threat. And suddenly, things start clicking into place. What if everything we've been told is a lie? What if the true reason we can't be together isn't just fate? Think about it. Really think about it. In our world, the mate bond is supposed to be sacred, unbreakable. When you find your mate, you accept them. You bond with them. That's how it works. That's how it's always worked. So, why would an alpha reject his mate? Why would he fight against something that's supposed to be natural? Destined? Unless. Could it be that we're not meant to be together, Because there's a greater danger that no one's told me about? My eyes widen as the realization hits me. I turn to look at him, and he's staring out into the distance, his jaw clenched, his whole body tense. "You're not ready to know the truth," he says without looking at me. "But you will be soon." And then I hear it again. That howl. Closer this time. Closer than it should be. It's not just one wolf. It's many. A whole pack, maybe. And they're heading straight for us.
My heart is racing.
My wolf is on high alert. Every instinct is screaming at me to run, to fight, to do something. But I'm frozen. Because I don't understand what's happening. I don't understand what danger we're facing or why my own alpha won't tell me the truth. "What's coming?" I demand. "What aren't you telling me?" He finally turns to look at me, and the expression on his face makes my blood run cold. "Everything you think you know about our pack, about your family, about who you are, it's about to change," he says. The howls are getting louder, closer. Am I ready for what's coming? And more importantly, are we meant to be together despite all of this? I don't know anymore. But I have to find out. I have no choice. You're probably wondering what happens next, aren't you? You want to know what that danger is. What secret the alpha is keeping. Why fate is forcing us together even though he rejected me.
Yeah, me too.
Because standing on that cliffside with those howls getting closer and closer, I realized something important. My life was never really mine to control. Not the moment I turned 18. Not the moment the mate bond snapped into place. Not even the moment he rejected me. There are forces at work here that are so much bigger than my broken heart. And whether I'm ready or not, I'm about to be thrown right into the middle of it all. Let me back up a bit. Let me tell you about the days leading up to my 18th birthday. Because maybe then you'll understand why the rejection hurt so much. Why it felt like my entire world collapsed. I grew up in this pack. Born and raised. My parents are respected members. My father is one of the Alpha's advisors, and my mother works with the pack healers.
Good people.
Strong people. The kind of werewolves who believe in tradition and honor, and doing what's right for the pack. And they raised me to believe in the mate bond. To trust in fate. To know that when my 18th birthday came, if I was lucky enough to find my mate, it would be the most important moment of my life. Your mate is your other half, my mother used to tell me. The person who completes you. The person who makes you stronger, better, whole. And I believed her. Of course I believed her. I watched other pack members find their mates. I saw the way their eyes lit up when they looked at each other. The way they moved in sync, like two parts of the same soul. The way they protected each other, loved each other, built lives together.
I wanted that.
God, I wanted that so badly. And when I started to suspect that the alpha might be my mate, when I started to feel those little tingles when he was near, those moments of connection that seemed to go beyond normal pack bonds, I let myself hope. Maybe that was my mistake. Hoping. Because hope makes the fall so much harder. The night before my birthday, I couldn't sleep. I was too excited. Too nervous. Too full of anticipation. I kept imagining how it would happen. Would I feel the bond snap into place the moment midnight struck? Would he feel it too? Would he come find me, pull me into his arms, tell me he'd been waiting for this moment as much as I had? I had it all planned out in my head. The perfect fairy tale. Except life isn't a fairy tale. And at midnight, when I felt my wolf fully awaken for the first time, when I felt that overwhelming rush of power and awareness and knowing, I also felt the bond. It was like a golden thread connecting my heart to his. Unbreakable. Undeniable. Beautiful. I could feel him. Feel his presence in my mind, in my soul. And for one perfect moment, I thought everything was going to be okay. Better than okay.
Perfect.
But then I felt him pull away. I felt him mentally slam a wall between us, severing that beautiful golden thread before it could fully form. And it hurt. Oh God, it hurt like nothing I'd ever experienced. Like he'd reached into my chest and torn out a piece of my soul. I couldn't breathe.
Couldn't think.
Couldn't do anything except curl up on my bed and try not to scream from the pain. That's when I knew. Even before he called me to the clearing. Even before he spoke those words. I knew he was going to reject me, but knowing didn't make it any easier. So when he told me to meet him in the clearing, I went. Even though I knew what was coming. Even though every step felt like walking toward my own execution. Because I needed to hear him say it. Needed to look him in the eyes and hear the words. You're not the one. It's not your time. And there they were. The words that confirmed my worst fear. But here's what I didn't expect. I didn't expect to feel angry. Oh, I felt hurt. Devastated. Broken. All of those things. But underneath it all was this burning, righteous anger. Because how dare he? How dare he reject what the universe itself has created? How dare he deny something that's supposed to be sacred and unbreakable? Give me a reason, I said to him that night. Give me one good reason why you're doing this. But he wouldn't. He just kept saying it wasn't the right time. That I wasn't ready. That he was protecting me. Protecting me from what? He wouldn't answer that either. And that's what's been eating at me ever since. Not knowing why. Not understanding what could possibly be important enough to reject your own mate. But now, standing on this cliffside with danger approaching and secrets swirling around us, I'm starting to realize that maybe he wasn't just being cruel. Maybe there really is something he's protecting me from. Something big enough to make him break both our hearts. The question is, what? Tell me, I say to him now, my voice steady despite the fear coursing through me. Tell me what's really going on. No more secrets. No more protecting me. I deserve to know the truth. He looks at me for a long moment and I can see the internal struggle playing out on his face. The desire to keep me safe warring with the knowledge that I'm right. I do deserve the truth. There's a prophecy, he finally says, his voice barely audible over the wind. A prophecy. Of course there is. Because apparently my life wasn't complicated enough. What kind of prophecy? I ask, dreading the answer. One that involves you, he says. One that says when the alpha's true mate comes of age, a great darkness will rise. A darkness that will threaten not just our pack, but all werewolf kind. My blood runs cold. And you think, what? That by rejecting me, you can stop this prophecy from coming true? I was hoping so, he admits. But it seems fate has other plans. The howls are so close now. I can smell them on the wind. Wolves I don't recognize. Wolves that don't belong to our pack. They're coming for you, the alpha says, moving to stand between me and the direction of the approaching threat. They know who you are, what you represent, and they want to stop the prophecy the only way they know how. By killing me, I finish, my voice hollow. He nods grimly. You want to know something funny? Well, not funny, haha. More like funny in that ironic, universe has a twisted sense of humor kind of way. All my life, I've been ordinary. Average. Just another pack member with nothing particularly special about me. I'm not the strongest fighter. I'm not the fastest runner. I don't have any unique gifts or abilities. I'm just me. And I was okay with that. I thought the only extraordinary thing that would ever happen to me was finding my mate. Having that special connection. Building a life with someone who was meant for me. But now I'm being told that I'm part of some prophecy? That there's a darkness coming because of me? That wolves I've never even met want me dead because of something I supposedly represent?
How is that fair?
How is any of this fair? I didn't ask for this, I say, and I hate how my voice shakes. I didn't ask to be part of some prophecy. I just wanted a normal life. A mate who loved me. A future I could look forward to. I know, the alpha says, and there's so much pain in his voice. I know, and I'm sorry. I'm so sorry I couldn't protect you from this. Is that why you rejected me? I ask. Because you thought if we weren't bonded, somehow the prophecy wouldn't come true? Yes, he admits. The prophecy speaks of the alpha's bonded mate. I thought if I never completed the bond, maybe I could keep you safe. Maybe the darkness wouldn't come for you. But it didn't work, I say flatly. No, he agrees. It didn't work. Because fate is stronger than my fear. Stronger than my desire to protect you. And the bond was always going to pull us together, whether I accepted it or not. The first of the enemy wolves breaks through the tree line, and my heart leaps into my throat. It's massive, bigger than any wolf I've ever seen. Its eyes glow an eerie red in the moonlight, and when it growls, the sound reverberates through my entire body. "Stay behind me," the alpha commands, his voice taking on that authoritative tone that compels obedience. But I don't move. Can't move. Because I'm staring at this creature and thinking, this is here because of me. This danger. This threat. It's all because of me. More wolves emerge from the forest.
5, 10,
15. Maybe more. I lose count. They're all massive. All wrong somehow. Like they're wolves, but more. Darker. Corrupted by something unnatural. What are they? I whisper. "Servants of the darkness," the alpha says. "They've been waiting for you to come of age. Waiting for the prophecy to begin." And what does the prophecy say, exactly? I demand. Because if I'm going to die tonight, I at least want to know why. It says that when the alpha's true mate comes of age, she will either save our kind or destroy it, he recites. She will have the power to defeat the ancient darkness that sleeps beneath the earth, or she will become its vessel and bring about the end of all werewolves.
Oh.
Is that all? Just the fate of an entire species resting on my shoulders. No pressure or anything. And these wolves? I ask, gesturing to the creatures surrounding us. They want to kill me to prevent the prophecy from happening at all? They serve the darkness, the alpha explains, his muscles tensing as he prepares to shift. They want to kill you before you can awaken your power, before you can become a threat to their master. What power? I practically shout. I don't have any power. I'm nobody. I'm just. But my words cut off because suddenly I feel it. That same pulse of energy from earlier. Except this time, it's not pulling me anywhere. It's building inside me, growing stronger, hotter, like there's a sun trying to burst out of my chest. "What's happening to me?" I gasp, falling to my knees. The alpha is by my side instantly. "Your power is awakening," he says. "The danger, it's triggering your transformation." Transformation into what? I manage to ask through gritted teeth. But he doesn't get a chance to answer because the enemy wolves attack. Everything happens so fast. One moment, I'm on my knees feeling like my body is being torn apart from the inside. The next, the alpha has shifted into his massive black wolf form and is tearing into the enemy. He's magnificent, powerful,
deadly.
But there are so many of them. Too many. I watch, helpless as he fights. As he takes down one wolf, then another, then another. But for every one he defeats, 2 more seem to take its place. He's going to die. He's going to die protecting me, and it's all my fault.
No. No.
I won't let that happen. The energy inside me builds to a crescendo, and I stop fighting it. I let it consume me, let it burn through every cell in my body. And I feel myself changing, but not into a wolf. At least, not just a wolf. My bones crack and reform. My skin burns and tingles. My senses expand until I can hear every heartbeat, smell every scent, feel every vibration in the earth beneath me. When I open my eyes, the world looks different. Sharper.
Clearer.
Touched with colors I've never seen before. And the enemy wolves, they've stopped attacking. They're staring at me with what looks like fear. I look down at my hands, except they're not hands anymore. They're paws. But covered in fur that shimmers with an otherworldly silver light. Like moonlight made solid. What? I try to say, but it comes out as a sound I've never made before. A sound that makes the enemy wolves take a step back. The alpha shifts back to human form, staring at me with wide eyes. "You're a moon wolf," he breathes. "The prophecy, you're the moon wolf." I don't know what that means. But from the way the enemy wolves are retreating, from the way even the alpha looks at me with something like awe, I get the feeling it's important. Very important. Now, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, finally, she has power. She's special. She can fight back. And, yeah, you're right. But here's the thing about power. It's terrifying. I can feel it coursing through me. This incredible, overwhelming force that I have no idea how to control. It's like holding lightning in my hands and hoping I don't accidentally electrocute myself. One of the enemy wolves, braver or more foolish than the others, lunges at me. I react on instinct. Silver light explodes from my body, and the wolf is thrown back like it hit an invisible wall. It crashes into a tree with a sickening crunch and doesn't get up. Did I just kill it? The other wolves howl in rage and fear, but they don't attack. They're circling now, wary, trying to figure out what to do. Listen to me, the alpha says urgently, moving to stand beside me. You need to calm down. You need to get control of your power before. But he doesn't finish because a new presence makes itself known. The air grows cold. So cold that frost forms on the grass beneath our feet. The enemy wolves stop circling and drop to the ground, bowing their heads in submission. And a figure emerges from the shadows. It looks human, male, tall and pale with eyes that are completely black. No whites, no iris, just endless, bottomless black. When it speaks, its voice is like gravel scraping against bone. The moon wolf awakens, it says, and it sounds pleased. Excellent. I've been waiting for you. The alpha moves in front of me protectively. You can't have her, demon.
Demon?
Oh, this just keeps getting better and better. The creature laughs, and the sound makes my skin crawl. I don't want to have her, foolish alpha. I want to use her. Her power, combined with my master's, will bring about a new age. An age where werewolves bow to true darkness. Over my dead body, the alpha snarls. That can be arranged, the demon says pleasantly. I don't know what compels me to step forward. Maybe it's the power thrumming through my veins. Maybe it's the anger at having my entire life turned upside down. Maybe it's just sheer stubbornness. But I step out from behind the alpha and face this demon directly. You want to use me? I say, and I'm surprised by how steady my voice sounds. You think I'm just going to let you? The demon tilts its head, studying me like I'm an interesting specimen. You don't have a choice, Moonwolf. Your power is tied to the ancient darkness. You are its key, its vessel. No, I interrupt. I'm not anyone's vessel. I'm not anyone's key. I'm me, and I choose what I do with my power. The demon's smile fades. You understand nothing. You're an infant playing with forces beyond your comprehension. Then teach me, I challenge. Teach me what I need to know. Because I'm not going anywhere with you, and I'm not letting you hurt my pack. Did I just say my pack? I guess I did. Because despite everything, the rejection, the secrets, the prophecy, these are still my people. This is still my home, and I will protect it. The silver light around me intensifies, responding to my emotions. The demon takes a step back, and for the first time, I see uncertainty in those black eyes. You cannot win, it says, but it sounds less confident now. The darkness will rise. It is inevitable. Maybe, I concede, but not tonight.
Tonight you leave.
You take your corrupted wolves and you leave my territory. Your territory? The demon laughs, but it's taking another step back. You have no authority here, child. She has more authority than you know, the alpha says, coming to stand beside me. She is the Moonwolf, the one chosen by fate itself. And I am her mate. Together, we are bound by power older than your darkness.
Wait.
What? I turn to look at him, and he's staring at the demon with absolute certainty. I was wrong to reject her, he continues. I was wrong to fight against fate. And I formally revoke my rejection here and now, before the moon as witness. I feel it immediately, that golden thread that he severed. It comes rushing back, stronger than before, binding us together in a way that feels eternal. The bond snaps fully into place, and I gasp at the intensity of it. His emotions flood into me. His fear for my safety. His regret at rejecting me. His fierce, protective love that he's been trying to deny. And I realize, he's loved me all along. He rejected me because he loved me. Because he thought he was protecting me. Stupid, noble, self-sacrificing idiot. The demon snarls in rage. You think completing the bond will save you? You've only made yourselves weaker. Now you can be hurt through each other. Now you have something to lose. But the alpha just smiles. It's not a nice smile. It's the smile of a predator who's just cornered his prey. No, he says. Now we're stronger together than we ever could be apart. And he's right. I can feel it. The bond isn't making us weaker. It's amplifying our power. His strength flows into me, and my silver light surrounds him, protecting him, enhancing him. We move as one. He shifts into his wolf form, and I match him. Our wolves are in perfect sync, like we've been fighting together for years instead of minutes. The enemy wolves attack again, and we meet them head-on. It's chaos. Beautiful, terrible chaos. Silver light and black fur. Claws and teeth and power. The alpha takes down wolves on one side, while I blast them with energy on the other. We're a perfect team. A perfect unit. And the demon is watching with increasing horror as its servants fall. This isn't over, it shrieks. The darkness will have you. You cannot escape your fate. Watch me. I growl, and I let loose every bit of power I've been holding back. Silver light explodes outward in a wave, so bright it turns night into day. The enemy wolves disintegrate. The demon screams and vanishes, unable to withstand the purity of moon magic. And then silence. It's over. We won. I shift back to human form, exhausted, and immediately collapse. But the alpha is there to catch me. He's shifted back too, and he's holding me like I'm the most precious thing in the world. You did it, he murmurs against my hair. You amazing, powerful, incredible woman. You did it. We did it. I correct, looking up at him. Together. And then, finally, after all the chaos and fear and fighting, he kisses me. It's everything I imagined it would be and more. The mate bond sings between us, golden and perfect and right. His lips are soft but demanding. His hands are gentle but possessive. And I melt into him, into this moment, into everything I've been denied until now. When we finally break apart, we're both breathing hard. I'm sorry, he says, resting his forehead against mine. I'm so sorry I rejected you. I thought I was protecting you, but I was just being a coward. I was afraid of losing you, so I pushed you away before we could even begin. I understand, I say, and surprisingly I do. You were trying to do what you thought was right. But I was wrong, he insists. I should have trusted in us. Trusted in the bond. Trusted in you. So, what happens now? I ask, suddenly uncertain, because the danger is gone for now, but the prophecy is still out there. The darkness is still out there. And I still don't fully understand what I am or what I'm capable of. Now, he says, pulling back to look at me properly, we figure it out together. We learn about your power. We prepare for what's coming. We strengthen the pack and ourselves. Together, I echo, liking the sound of that. Together, he confirms, as it was always meant to be. And standing there in the moonlight, covered in dirt and exhausted from battle, I feel something I haven't felt since this whole mess started.
Hope.
But you didn't think that was the end of the story, did you? Oh no. That was just the beginning. Because over the next few weeks, things get complicated. First, there's the pack to deal with. Not everyone is thrilled about their alpha being bonded to someone who's apparently part of an ancient prophecy. Some see me as a threat. Others see me as a weapon to be used. Very few just see me as me. Then there's my power. The moon wolf abilities that I'm still learning to control. Some days I can summon silver light at will. Other days I accidentally blow up trees when I sneeze. It's a process. And of course, there's the small matter of the ancient darkness that wants to use me as a vessel for its return. No big deal, right? The alpha, I should probably start calling him by his name, shouldn't I? It's Marcus. Alpha Marcus. But when we're alone, he's just Marcus. My Marcus. My mate. Marcus helps me train. We spend hours in the forest, away from prying eyes, as he teaches me to harness my power. To control it instead of letting it control me. Focus, he says as I try to summon just a small ball of light instead of a blinding explosion. Feel the power, don't force it. Let it flow through you like water. Easy for you to say, I mutter, concentrating so hard my head hurts. You don't have moon magic trying to burst out of you at random intervals. He chuckles and I love that sound. Love how he's become more open with me. More himself. The rejection and the secrets were weighing on him just as much as they were weighing on me. Try again, he encourages. I know you can do this. And because I don't want to disappoint him, or myself, I try again. This time I don't force it. I breathe. I relax. I let the power flow, and a perfect sphere of silver light forms in my palm.
Small.
Controlled. Beautiful. I did it, I exclaim, so excited I almost lose concentration and blow it up. Marcus grins at me with such pride and love that my heart swells. I knew you could. But not everything is training and bonding and slowly falling deeper in love with my mate. There are also the dreams. Every night since the attack, I've been having these vivid, terrifying dreams. Dreams of a massive cavern deep underground. Dreams of something ancient and evil stirring in the darkness. Dreams of a voice calling my name, promising power, promising belonging, promising everything I could ever want if I just let it in. I wake up gasping, covered in cold sweat, with Marcus holding me and murmuring soothing words. Another nightmare, he always asks, though he knows the answer. It's getting stronger, I tell him. The presence in my dreams. It's getting harder to resist. His arms tighten around me. We'll figure this out. I promise. We'll find a way to protect you from it. But what if there is no way? What if the prophecy is inevitable? What if I'm destined to either save everyone or destroy everyone, and there's no middle ground? These are the thoughts that keep me up at night. The fears I don't always voice because I don't want to worry Marcus more than he already is. But he knows. Of course he knows. The mate bond means we can feel each other's emotions, sense each other's fears. Talk to me, he says one night after I've woken from another nightmare. Tell me what you're really thinking. So I do. I tell him everything. My fears about the prophecy. My worries that I'm not strong enough. My terror that I might hurt the people I love if I can't control my power. What if I'm the villain in this story? I whisper. What if I'm the one who brings about the darkness instead of stopping it? You're not, he says with absolute certainty. I've seen your heart. I've felt your soul through our bond. You are good.
Pure. Strong.
Whatever this darkness is, whatever it wants from you, it won't win. Because you won't let it. How can you be so sure? Because I know you, he says simply. And I believe in you, even when you don't believe in yourself. About a month after the attack, we get our first real clue about what we're dealing with. Marcus's beta, a gruff but loyal wolf named Derek, brings us an ancient text he found in the pack archives. It's written in old language, barely legible, but it talks about the moon wolves. They were protectors, Derek explains as we pore over the text. Centuries ago, when the ancient darkness first tried to rise, a group of moon wolves banded together to seal it away. They used their power, moon magic, to create a prison deep in the earth. What happened to them? I ask, though I'm not sure I want to know the answer. Derek's expression darkens. They died. All of them. The spell required their life force to maintain the seal. My blood runs cold. So, you're saying that if I try to stop this darkness, I'll die? Not necessarily. Marcus cuts in quickly. That was then. This is now. We have more knowledge, more resources, more. More what? I interrupt. More time? The darkness is already calling to me in my dreams. It's already trying to break through the seal. We don't have the luxury of time. An uncomfortable silence falls over the room. There has to be another way, Marcus finally says. I won't accept that you have to die to save everyone. There has to be another solution. Maybe there is, Derek says slowly. The text mentions something about a moon wolf who can channel the power of both light and dark. One who can walk between worlds. If such a wolf could master both sides of their nature, they could reseal the darkness without dying, I finish. Because they'd be using both light and dark magic, balancing them out instead of burning through their life force. It's a theory, Derek cautions. And a dangerous one. Learning to use dark magic, it could corrupt you. Turn you into the very thing you're trying to stop. Marcus looks at me, and I can see the war in his eyes. He wants to keep me safe, but he also knows I need to do this. That this is my destiny, whether we like it or not. What do you want to do? He asks me, leaving the choice in my hands. And isn't that the question? What do I want to do? A week later, I make my decision. I'm going to learn dark magic. I'm going to walk the line between light and dark. And I'm going to find a way to reseal the ancient darkness without dying. Or, at least, I'm going to try. Marcus isn't happy about it, but he supports me. That's what mates do, after all. They support each other, even when they're terrified. We find a teacher, an old witch who lives on the outskirts of pack territory. She's one of the few beings who know about both moon magic and dark magic, and she agrees to train me. This will not be easy, she warns me on my first day. Dark magic is seductive, powerful. It will whisper to you, promise you things, try to make you forget who you are. I can handle it, I say with more confidence than I feel. She looks at me with ancient, knowing eyes. We'll see. And so begins the hardest part of my journey. Learning to harness dark magic while not losing myself to it. Using the very power that wants to corrupt me to fight against the darkness that wants to use me. It's exhausting. Mentally.
Physically.
Emotionally. Some days I come home from training and collapse into Marcus's arms, too drained to even speak. He holds me, grounds me, reminds me who I am when the darkness tries to make me forget. You're doing so well, he murmurs into my hair. I'm so proud of you. It's getting harder, I admit. The dark magic, it feels good. Too good. Like I could just let go and let it consume me and everything would be easier. His arms tighten around me. Don't. Please don't. I need you. The pack needs you. But more than that, you need you. The real you. Not some corrupted version twisted by dark magic. I know, I whisper. I know. I'm holding on. I promise. But holding on gets harder every day. The darkness in my dreams grows stronger. The ancient evil beneath the earth is waking up, and it knows I'm learning to use dark magic. It approves. It encourages me. It tells me I'm doing the right thing. And that terrifies me more than anything. Because what if it's right? What if learning dark magic is exactly what it wants? What if I'm playing right into its hands? I voice these fears to my teacher, the witch. Of course it wants you to learn dark magic, she says calmly. But wanting and controlling are two different things. The darkness wants to use you, yes. But you are using dark magic to fight it. There's a difference. Is there? I ask bitterly. Because some days I can't tell anymore. She studies me for a long moment. You're afraid you're becoming a monster. It's not a question, but I answer anyway. Yes. Good, she says, surprising me. Fear is what will keep you human. The moment you stop being afraid of the dark magic, the moment you embrace it fully without question, that's when you've lost. So I hold on to my fear. I let it ground me, remind me that I'm still me, even as I learn to wield power that could destroy me. 3 months after the attack, after 3 months of training and fear and slowly learning to balance light and dark within myself, we get word that the darkness is rising. Earthquakes shake our territory. Fissures open in the earth, releasing noxious fumes. Animals flee the forest. And I can feel it, that ancient, evil presence, growing stronger with each passing day. It's time, the witch tells me. You're as ready as you're going to be. I don't feel ready, I admit. No one ever does, she says. But ready or not, the darkness is coming. And you're the only one who can stop it. So we prepare. Marcus rallies the pack. Allies from neighboring packs come to help. We set up defenses around the main fissure, the place where the darkness will emerge. And I stand at the center of it all, trying not to think about all the ways this could go wrong. Marcus stays by my side, his presence a comfort even in the face of potential apocalypse. Whatever happens, he says, taking my hand, I'm with you. Until the end. Let's hope it doesn't come to that, I say, trying to smile. But we both know there's a very real possibility that neither of us will survive this. The mate bond thrums between us, and I can feel his love, his faith, his absolute certainty that I can do this. I hope he's right. The darkness rises at midnight. Of course it does. Because apparently, ancient evils have a flair for the dramatic. The earth splits open with a sound like the world tearing in half. Darkness pours out. Literal darkness, thick and oily and wrong. It swallows the moonlight, consumes the starlight, turns everything it touches into shadow. And from within that darkness, a figure emerges. It's massive, formless, a writhing mass of shadow and malevolence that hurts to look at directly. Moonwolf, it says, and its voice is everywhere and nowhere at once. I have waited so long for you.
Come.
Join with me. Together, we will remake this world. No, I say, stepping forward. Silver light blazes around me, my moon magic responding to the threat. I'm here to send you back.
To reseal you.
To end this. The darkness laughs. Foolish child. You cannot seal me away. I am eternal. I am inevitable. I am really annoying. I interrupt, because I'm terrified, and when I'm terrified, I get snarky. Yeah, I got it. Big bad ancient evil. Very impressive. But here's the thing. I'm not just a moon wolf. I've learned your tricks. I know how to use dark magic too. I let dark magic swirl around my other hand, a counterpoint to the silver light. The darkness pauses, surprised. You dare use my own power against me? I dare, I confirm. Because I'm not afraid of you anymore. I'm not afraid of the dark. I understand it now. I can control it. And I'm going to use it to put you back in your cage. And then I attack. The battle that follows is like nothing I've ever experienced. It's not physical, not really. It's a battle of wills, of magic, of light versus dark versus something in between. I throw silver light at the darkness, trying to wound it, weaken it. It throws shadow back, trying to consume me. We're locked in this deadly dance, neither one gaining ground. And then I remember what the witch taught me. What the ancient text said. Balance. I need balance. I stop fighting the dark magic inside me. I stop trying to keep it separate from my moon magic. Instead, I let them merge. Let them swirl together, light and dark, silver and shadow, creating something new, something powerful. The magic that erupts from me is unlike anything I've ever felt. It's moon magic infused with darkness. It's shadow touched by light. It's the perfect balance between opposing forces. And the ancient darkness, it screams. Because it can't fight this. It can't consume light that understands shadow. It can't corrupt darkness that's been purified by moonlight. I advance, pouring everything I have into this new, balanced magic. The darkness tries to retreat, but there's nowhere for it to go. The seal it broke is behind it, and I'm in front of it, and there's no escape. This isn't possible, it howls. You're supposed to be mine. You're supposed to. I'm not yours, I say firmly. I'm not anyone's. I'm myself. And I choose light. I choose balance. I choose to protect my pack, my mate, my world. The balanced magic surrounds the darkness, compressing it, forcing it back toward the broken seal. I can feel the strain. This is taking everything I have. Every ounce of power, every bit of strength. Marcus is there suddenly, his hand on my shoulder, his power flowing into me through our bond. You're not alone, he says. Use my strength. Take what you need. And I do. I pull on our bond, on his wolf, on his power. It merges with mine, amplifying the balanced magic until it's blindingly bright and impossibly dark at the same time. Together, because that's how we do everything now, we force the darkness back. Back through the fissure. Back to its prison beneath the earth. No, it screams. This isn't over. I will return. I will. Its voice cuts off as the seal reforms, stronger than before. Silver and shadow weave together, creating a barrier that should hold for another 1,000 years. Maybe more. The fissure closes. The oily darkness dissipates. The moonlight returns. And I collapse. When I wake up, I'm in our bed. Marcus is beside me, his hand wrapped around mine, his eyes closed in exhausted sleep. I survived. We both survived. I can still feel the balanced magic inside me, dark and light, perfectly harmonized. It's a part of me now, not separate, not fighting, just me. The prophecy is fulfilled, I guess. I didn't destroy our kind. I saved it. But I also didn't sacrifice myself like the ancient moon wolves did. I found a third option, a balance. Marcus stirs, sensing I'm awake through our bond. His eyes open, and when he sees me looking at him, his entire face lights up. "Hey," he says softly. "Hey yourself," I reply. "You did it," he says, pulling me into his arms. "You beautiful, powerful, incredible woman. You actually did it." "We did it," I correct. "I couldn't have done it without you. Without our bond. Without your strength." "Partners," he says. "Partners, I agree. In everything." We stay like that for a long moment, just holding each other, grateful to be alive, grateful to be together. "So what now?" I finally ask. The threat is over. The prophecy is fulfilled. What do we do now? Marcus pulls back to look at me, and there's so much love in his eyes it takes my breath away. "Now," he says, "we live. We lead our pack. We explore this bond between us. We face whatever new challenges come our way. Together." Together, I echo, and it sounds like a promise.
A vow.
A future. And you know what? After everything we've been through, the rejection, the prophecy, the ancient darkness, I think we've earned that future. We've earned our happily ever after. Or at least, our happily for now. Because in the werewolf world, you never know what tomorrow might bring. So that's my story. The story of how I went from a rejected mate to a moon wolf who saved the world. The story of how I found love, power, and purpose all in the span of a few months. It's not the story I thought I'd be telling on my 18th birthday, but it's the story I got. And honestly, I wouldn't change it, because every challenge, every fear, every moment of doubt led me here. To this moment,
To this life.
to this love. The alpha who rejected me became my greatest ally, my mate, my partner in all things. And the darkness that tried to corrupt me became a source of strength when balanced with light. I learned that sometimes rejection is protection, that sometimes the hardest paths lead to the best destinations, that sometimes you have to walk through shadow to truly appreciate the light. But most importantly, I learned that you don't face your destiny alone. You face it with the people who love you, the people who believe in you, the people who stand by your side no matter what. For me, that's Marcus. My alpha. My mate. My everything. And our story? It's just beginning. Because fate may have forced us together, but love is what keeps us there. And that's a bond stronger than any prophecy, any darkness, any challenge the universe can throw at us. We're ready for whatever comes next. Together. Always together. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and comment your thoughts below.